everybody!
Hi!
Welcome back. It's Rock and Roll Week, and I hope you saw on Monday's video a lot of different ideas that we showed you. Today we're going to highlight some rock ideas.
Things to do with rocks, and remember, rocks are not expensive.
Rocks are actually free, especially if you have a friend who lives near the beach or near the woods. Obviously, with everything we show you, think about your own children, your own classroom, and what's safe for them and what's not safe for them, because we don't want children using small rocks if they're going to put them in their mouth or up their nose or other bodily orifices.
But they do have to know what rocks are and be able to play with rocks. So
Absolutely.
Just use supervision and use your own ideas what you do.
So starting out over here, this is a rock. This is water displacement. So we just have some stones. We have a little dinosaur trapped in the water, and we would ask children first, how many stones do you think you need to get the dinosaur out? And what they're learning is that when the stones go in, it displaces the water. And Piaget would think about conservation, as you all know, that children need lots of experiences with fluid media to be able to know how it works. So maybe you do a nice language experience chart, you write down their guesses on how many stones they're going to need to get the dinosaur out. You might even use some bigger rocks because he's going to take a long time to come out with the amount of water I put in. But eventually the dinosaur is going to float to the top and the kids are going to get him, and you'll have lots of good conversation and math and language around how many rocks they needed to release him.
Another good idea is to put a line where you started so they can see the water go up as you're putting the rocks in too. So that's another good idea.
Leanne is so much smarter than me because I should have put a line on that glass, and I'm glad you just said that.
No, not at all.
Do you want to go next?
Sure. So something we have here is a rock that's kind of a flat rock. And what we want to show you is you can put these out with just a paintbrush and some water. And as you can see, children can easily draw beautiful designs on it. They can just paint it. And it's just water, and then they can see what happens after the water ends up drying up and what happens to the rock when the water dries.
Great. Terrific. And then here we go back to the dollar store, about $1, and instead of making deviled eggs, that takes a long time, just put some beautiful stones here. We did buy these at the dollar store, but you can find stones outside. You can do lots with stones. Children can sort them. You can put numbers or colors or shapes or other things in here to give them a kind of a learning experience about things, but it's really just about the beauty of sharing this beautiful texture and having some rocks to play with in an organized way. Family child care providers, none of these things take up a lot of space. And then this was also a dollar store find, but instead of screws or nuts or bolts or whatever people put in these things, just a little container to carry rocks around or to sort them, to put them together. Can you give me a bundle of 3 rocks? Can you give me a bundle of 2 rocks? And so forth and so on.
So here we have the alphabet. So these are all the letters in the alphabet, and we have stones with the alphabet letter on there.
And show them it's lowercase on one side and uppercase on the other.
Sorry, I should have done that.
That's all right. Children don't necessarily know that M and M are the same thing when they're next to each other, but if you flip them that way, they see upper and lowercase in different ways.
So inside this bird seed that we have the rocks, the children can use, they can use this paintbrush and find the rocks that way if they want to, or they can just put their hands in and find the different rocks. So I can match M, I can match E, and I can match Q. There you go. That's a really fun activity for literacy and letter recognition.
And a much better way for kids to learn about the alphabet instead of 1 letter a day or 1 letter a week. They don't learn words and letters in isolation. So rocks are a great means to do that.
And there are also some fabulous children's literature, some books out that have a connection to rocks that you can use as well. So we have some displayed here. And we want you to know that this week we're going to be sending out some prizes. So if you comment or if you write an idea with rocks on our Facebook page, you may be eligible to win a prize.
Maybe.
Yes.
And let's have some chocolates. Would you like a
let's do that.
chocolate? So
we like chocolate.
This is a beautiful box of chocolates, and there you go, Leanne. You choose first.
I know exactly the one I want. Ah, surprise.
Oh, what do you know?
There you go.
Just another way to display things so that children have access to materials in a different way, in an exciting way. So
it is. That's a fun way for kids to look at the different types of rocks.
Rock and roll, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow with a new video, and there's lots of good things happening this week. Get some new ideas for your kids and have fun.